Hi, everybody. I'm Haley Gilreath, and I'm the membership representative for Northwest Georgia. You've probably seen me in your schools, and I've been able to meet many of you as I've traveled around. I wanted to do a quick recording because I know many of you had to miss our scheduled meetings due to open house and preparing for school opening, and I don't want you to miss out on the information. So I've prepared this recording for you, and you can watch this at your own pace and get any information that you need. And of course, if you have questions after you watch it, just contact me. My contact information is throughout this presentation. So if you'll bear with me for just a second, I'm going to share my screen and show you some information that will be very helpful to you in your role as building contact. All right, the first thing I want to tell you about is congratulations. You're actually now a Page Ambassador. We are just so proud of all the work that you do. Even though I travel around to all the schools, you guys are the ones that are there in the schools. You know the teachers, and you help us so much with just little things that you do, like putting up the posters and talking to people and helping them figure out how to join. So we have decided to elevate your status to Page Ambassador. So that's what you'll be called this year. And one of the things that we also decided to do was to introduce an awesome reward system that's going to help you get rewarded for the things that you already do as a Page Ambassador. So I'm going to go through this card with you. You should have received this already on the email that I sent out earlier, probably last week. So this card has three tiers, tier one, two, and three. You're going to start with tier one. And if you complete tier one, then you can move to tier two. If you complete tier two, then you can move to tier three. And you do not have to do this at all if you don't want to. If you choose not to, that's fine. But if you do decide you want to participate, it's not hard and you're going to get some awesome prizes. So let's take a look at what tier one is all about. So tier one is a lot of your beginning of the year type things. So one of the first things is getting your roster and making changes and sending those back to me. You already do that anyway. The second thing is for you to make your account on the membership portal, and there's a link right here in it. You just click on it. We're trying to encourage our members to set up their accounts online. So you can be the person that does that too, and then you will be able to show them how to do it, and you'll have yours as an example to help guide them. Also, out with the old, just get rid of old posters and put up the new ones that should come. Your Page Ambassador packet should be arriving this week. The mail service has been a little tricky. So if you haven't gotten it yet, just send me an email, and it may be that I need to run one out to your school if you don't get it. Also, one of the things that we would like for you to do is this section called Hi, My Name Is. And that's where you will introduce yourself at a faculty meeting, either in August, maybe during pre-planning, or if you need to in September. You'll introduce yourself to the faculty as the Page Ambassador, and you can share Page benefits. And I've created a slideshow for you to be able to share those benefits. You'll need to ask your principal if you're allowed to do that. Some principals will be more than happy for you to do that. Some may say no because they don't want all the other organizations to be left out. So you'll have to ask your principal about what they allow. But I will send the link to the slideshow. I sent it earlier, but some of you guys weren't able to receive the slideshow. Your school systems blocked it because of how large it was. So I can send you the link instead, and that way you can click on it. And we're going to look at that in just a few minutes as well. And then last thing on the last two things on tier one are sending me your personal contact information, and then also promoting our Page coaching benefit. We had a lot of teachers who really benefited from this service last year. We have a link here for the website. All you have to do is tell about it at a faculty meeting or send an email. And I even have a sample email that you are welcome to send out to your faculty. Okay, how easy is that? So if you do all of those items, then you will be finished with tier one. And your tier one prizes are shown over here on the front of the card. So let me scooch over here and show you tier one. The tier one prize pack is our Page Palooza pack. And you get a Page t-shirt, a Page laptop sticker that's just for ambassadors. You get a certificate and a $10 Walmart gift card. And you need to have tier one completed before October 15th. And then once you complete it, you're just going to click on this link that you see here and you fill in a super quick Google form and you're done with tier one. Now you may decide, okay, after I do that, I'm not doing anything else, and that's fine. But if you want to receive this next prize package, then I'm going to show you how easy it is to do tier two. So when you get tier two completed, you're going to get a Page tote bag and a $50 Amazon gift card. Wow. So tier two, let me take you back over here. Tier two is three things. The first one is to recruit 3 new members. So we've already been around the state doing new teacher orientations, and we've had a lot of new teachers join. But sometimes some of the teachers say, oh, I'll join later, I'll do it, and then they forget. So you want to try to get those members. Also, we have people whose membership has lapsed. If they have had a break in service of more than 1 school year, you can have them rejoin and they will count as a new member. And I'm also going to share with you some other ideas to get new members. So for tier two, you need to recruit 3 new members. And then the second part is to take at least 3 pictures with some of your Page members at your school. You could be doing an activity together. You could be wearing your Page shirts. You could be just having fun together and taking a selfie, anything that we can use to share on social media. And that's very simple. And then finally, when I let you know that I'm coming to your school, we would like for you to announce and promote my Page visit. So whoever, whenever your school visit is, you'll just push out that information. I usually include you in the communication with the principal. So that's it. That's all you have to do for tier two. Recruit the 3 members, take 3 pictures, and then promote me coming whenever I announce that I'm visiting your school. And that's tier two, where you get the $50 gift card and the tote bag. Then, if you finish tier one and tier two, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do tier three. Tier three is 2 things, or 3, I'm sorry, 3 things. One is seen, and that's where you attend some sort of Page event. And people that were fortunate enough to attend this session, this orientation session, I could count them for that. What I can do for those of you watching the recording is I'm going to have a Google Doc for you to fill out in the email. If you can tell me what date you watched this and a little bit of information, then I can count this as some professional learning. Then the second part of seen and heard is the heard part, and that's where we would like for you to fill out the legislative survey that comes out in October, or provide feedback on the draft legislative priorities that comes out in November, or wait and do the education workforce survey in May. And remember that surveys are always confidential. I'm not going to look at your survey, but you can email a completion screenshot to me so that I know you did the survey. And then the last part of tier two is to recruit 2 additional new members. And don't forget, we have a lot of people that get hired late in the year. They won't get to go to new teacher orientation. So that would be good people to ask. And also January hires. Now, the prize for completing tier 3 is a $150 Amazon gift card or $150 cash. How about that? Pretty amazing. So if you do all 3 tiers, you're going to end up with about $210 of gift cards and some pretty awesome Page swag. So I hope that you will be willing to try this. And these are things that we ask you to do anyway. And it's a great way to promote Page and all the awesome things that we offer. So be sure to send me any questions that you might have about the Page Ambassador Achievement Card. But we're super excited about this opportunity for you. All right. So that takes care of that. And then, hang on a second, let me, this, sorry, technology. All right. So we've shared the Page Ambassador card, and now we're going to go on to the next part. Okay. So you might be thinking, okay, well, how can I get new members? The number one group of people that often gets overlooked are our parapros. Our parapros typically work in special education. They definitely need coverage. You know, they're put in all sorts of situations with students and parents that are very challenging sometimes within special education. Now, one thing that you need to understand too is that some of your school districts may hire parapros through a company like ESS or some other type of company. If the parapros are not school employees, then they are not eligible for Page services. But if they are hired and paid for directly through the school service, then they absolutely are. And remember, parapro dues are only $7.29. You cannot beat that. Other employees who work directly for the school system who would be good to recruit would be lunchroom workers, secretaries, custodians, bus drivers, coaches. Some coaches think that they're covered through GHSA, and they may be covered for some sporting type things. But remember, our specialty with Page is our ability to protect your teaching certificate, and we are specialists in Georgia law pertaining to educators. So you want to encourage those coaches to sign up, because they're also very vulnerable with all the students that they work with during school and all the extracurricular things that go on after school. Also, our counselors can join. They often belong to a national organization for counselors, and that does provide some protection. But remember, Georgia law is, our attorneys know the Georgia law and has a relationship with the PSC. And so therefore it's valuable for our counselors to also have our coverage. And then substitutes. Now, one tricky thing about substitutes is many of them may get paid through the school system, but they're not going to be eligible for payroll deduction because they may not get a steady check every month. However, they can pay with bank draft, a debit card, or they can use a credit card, anything like that. Now, you also need to find out too how many teachers in your school don't have any coverage at all. They may not be a member of any organization. And some teachers just kind of feel like that they don't need it. So that's something that you could look at, is who doesn't have any coverage at all. Also, when I share your roster, if you have somebody that's missing from your roster, it's going to be one of two reasons. One reason is going to be that maybe that membership has lapsed. So we'll need to check that. Another reason might be that they changed schools or systems and forgot to transfer their membership. So anytime somebody's missing off the roster, please make sure you email me so that I can go on the database and explore and figure out why they're not on your roster. Some reminders for this year. If you didn't get your Page Ambassador packet in the mail, please let me know. It should have been mailed to your school. Posting your information and speaking at a faculty meeting is really important. Even if your principal doesn't allow you to use the slideshow, just at least introduce yourself and talk just a minute about, you know, if they have any concerns or anything, that you're the person that they can come to. Don't forget to find time to talk to those parapros. Remember that memberships don't transfer. Remind any teachers that are new to the school that they have to make a login and change their location, or they have to fill out a new app. And if you do need a roster, please email me. Some of you still have your rosters from the end of last year, but understandably, you may not be able to put your fingers on that again, and that's totally fine. Just email me and I'll be glad to send that to you. And I want to remind you too that our website has a new updated look. It's really awesome. And for your own benefit and just to be able to share with your members, just take a quick peek at our new website when you get a few minutes. There are 3 or 4 ways that people can join. One way is to join online, and we have QR codes in the slideshow, and they're also on the applications. They scan that QR code, it takes them right to the portal. They set up a login, and then they can put their information in. Or they can just simply fill out an application. You should have some paper applications left from last year, and you'll be getting a few new ones in your PA packet that will be coming to your school. Also, they can just reach out to you. A lot of times people don't really know what to do. So just know that you're going to be the person that they may say, how do I join? Or what is the great thing about Paige? So be ready to kind of answer those questions. And then the last thing is if you have a unique situation or somebody's not sure if they can join, should join, or how to join, they can always contact me. There's my cell phone number and my email, so you can certainly refer them to me. So I told you about our membership presentation, so I'm going to take you to that in just a second. Let me get out of this and switch over. Okay, and this is what our presentation looks like. It has just a beginning slide. It tells a little bit about the benefits. I want to tell you too that all of these links over here are active links. You can click on those and go straight to those. So this would be a great thing to send to an individual as well. It tells about our dues. One reason why our dues are so economical is because we do not endorse political candidates. We are not a member of any national organization. We only discuss and advocate for educational issues. So sometimes some of the organizations are like, yeah, you get what you pay for. That's why their dues are cheap. And no, our dues are economical because our money stays right here in Georgia, and we provide the same liability coverage as the other organizations. Plus, we provide coaching, and we have that awesome team that works at the Capitol. You get a magazine. You know, we just have so many great benefits. This tells a little bit about our protection. And the important thing to just talk about here is that they get $3 million per occurrence. And you can have multiple occurrences per year. We have never had a teacher surpass that amount. No matter how naughty they've been and no matter what has happened, that is a very generous amount of liability coverage. One thing to remind them too is that they can talk to the attorneys anytime. That's one of the benefits of Paige is that you have access to these attorneys. And all of these attorneys, y'all, are just fabulous. They're so professional. They're so kind. Several of them have been educators themselves prior to becoming lawyers, so they're very approachable. And then here's the slide I already shared about how to join. I put some pictures in here of some of the winners of our educator grants, which opens in October. And we also provide foundation scholarships for people who are going back to school to get higher degrees. And then this features our social media. We have Facebook and Instagram, and we also have our webpage. That's really cool that they can check out. This is a map that shows all of the me's in the state. So here I am up here in this corner, and those are all the counties that I cover. And then these are the other MSRs around the state. And then finally, the last slide is just a picture that they might want to take a picture of with their phone that has all the contact information for questions that they may have, how to contact legal, if they're interested in services, legislative or professional learning. There's all the contact information that they would possibly need. So that is our slideshow that is available to you. And remember, I will put the link for that in the email that you will have. Okay, and we've already talked about the attorneys, but one thing that really sets Paige apart from the other organizations is they have to go through someone else before they can speak to the attorney. You guys can call them directly. So that is a great benefit. Okay, and then lastly, I want to talk a little bit about Paige coaching. At a member's request, they go online and they fill out a Google form and they request coaching. And then we pair them with a professional coach for one-on-one sessions. And we help them with whatever their specific challenge is. It could be something as simple as not getting a good evaluation. It could be that they have a difficult student in their class. It could be that they feel like they're getting bullied by a colleague. All of these are things that I have dealt with in being a PAGE coach this past year that I have helped educators with. So, and I will include the example email to promote PAGE coaching also in the body of the email where you get this recording. All right. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me and I will do my best to answer the questions, or you can even call me. And I appreciate so much all that you do as our PAGE ambassadors. And I know that it brings a lot of comfort to people to have a go-to person in the building. And hopefully none of your educators will need our services this year. But I will tell you that our attorneys this past year answered 10,593 phone calls. Wow. So educators are definitely using our services and have some needs. So it's important that we make sure that our educators have that protection that they need, because we want to keep you guys in the classroom and keep you happy. So I hope that you'll participate in the Ambassador Challenge as well. I'm really excited about that. And I look forward to seeing you guys as I come around on school visits. Thank you so much.